Have you ever played Farming Simulator 22? If not, this video is a must watch. If you have, do you want to know more? In this video we're going to uncover how this title made by Giant Software has over 150 million downloads. I want to pretend it's the final week of November 2021. You're scrolling through Steam and you find Farming Simulator is the top seller on Steam for the whole week, outperforming titles such as Battlefield 2042, Cyberpunk 2077 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Why is this? Are all the other titles rubbish? Or is Farming Simulator an outstanding game? To understand what makes a Farming Simulator such a successful title, we have to start from the beginning. The year's 2008, and at this time there isn't any other farming games around, except for titles such as SimFarm and John Deere American Farmer. However, this was almost a top-down view game with no driving experience. So in 2008, the first Farming Simulator was released, consisting of only 2 basic tractors, 2 combines, 1 trailer, 1 plough, 1 sprayer and 1 cultivator, and finally 1 seeder. There was no store and, not forgetting, only 1 crop type, wheat. Then came FS 2009. That came with a few new features including more machinery and a remastered map and mod support. It was clear from the beginning that Giants were keen to improve each and every release going forward. In 2010, they released Farming Simulator 2011. This included licensed machinery, livestock and multiplayer mode. This was a new feature for this new farming series. With the further 5 releases, Giants were always able to bring something new. This included logging, terraforming and the ability to paint textures replicating mud, grass, rock and concrete, to name a few. Fast forward into the present release, FS22, further improvements to the game consisted of over 400 different licensed vehicles and machinery, all with outstanding realism and sound effects. One huge feature being production chains, this giving the ability to not only just harvest crops, but to then be able to make additional income, for example turning your wheat harvest into flour at the flour mill and then the flour into bread or cakes. This has added a whole new level to the game. Another fundamental addition is crossplay. This takes full advantage of the game's free online access to play with friends all over the world on whatever platform they have. After all, this game is playable on virtually all platforms, making this stand out from its predecessors. So, now we know what Farming Simulator is, let's break it down as to what makes it different from its predecessor. It's estimated that over 100 million people across the globe play online, all having different interests. How do you provide such an exciting experience to that many people at one time? The answer? Diversity. Whilst the original game appeared to be aimed at children and teenagers, clearly this has developed into much more of a complex world. Players that currently play either use this to surprisingly actually farm, use to roleplay, or simply use the platform to have extensive fun with a wide range of mods. For example, in this latest release, we now have the Precision Farming mod. This allows for soil samples to be taken, providing detailed information on soil quality, so it simply isn't a case of just driving up and down a field doing monotonous tasks. Over the last 14 years, Giants has expanded the number of crops in game, the number of tractors and the machines that you can operate, as well as a number of maps that you can call home to cover as many international locations as possible. Farming Simulator does a great job and is also an educational tool. After all, less than 2% of the world's population are farmers, meaning the rest of us don't understand modern day agriculture. This game does a spectacular job in educating us in this area, displaying factual information while ensuring this is all easily digested in a fun way. In this latest version, you can spend countless hours creating your perfect little homestead, with a huge amount of tools available from terraforming, texture paints and to a whole range of production buildings, which again all offers additional gameplay experiences. Why is it so popular? In my view, this is due to a number of factors consisting of free online multiplayer with the possibilities of renting dedicated servers so you can play with your friends all over the world without having to rely on an individual member of your community being online. Modding support. This also includes thousands of free mods with weekly additions. You have the ability to essentially create and plan whatever you want in your own little open world. This game can offer you what you're in search of, whether that's relaxation, excitement, laughter, but most importantly, it's community. Talking of community, this is generally made up of three key areas: players, creators, and modders. Broken down simply, creators use the game to bring video content for people to watch, such as Let's Plays and Roleplays. Modders. These are an impactive group, creating further tools to directly impact and expand the player's gameplay. And of course, players. They are the base of the game and simply play the game, bringing nothing new to the table other than simply enjoying the experience of the game. And I believe that the key ingredient to this series' success is simply the triangle of these three areas that all need each other. Together, they drive the game to success. After all, if you move either element, you'll find that you have used up everything you had. Without players, there wouldn't have been the game. Without modders, players are likely to get bored of the base game content, and creators inspire players to replicate their online worlds, and the cycle continues. This game has grown significantly over the last 14 years and still has plenty to offer. There is an upcoming DLC for Farming Simulator 22, which is FS22 Platinum Edition, which again will include even more maps, tools and machinery, including the addition of the Volvo brand. However, the possibilities of this game are nearly endless. Whatever you choose to play Farming Simulator 4, I'm sure you will find the true treasure that is Farming Simulator. Well, I certainly hope that you've learned something interesting and something new in relation to this video. If you have, please hit that like button and subscribe.